Hello everyone, my name is Daniel. Welcome to my channel English Stories Guru. Why reading stories is important for improving your English. Today, we will learn an excellent way to improve English skills by reading story. You cannot underestimate the power of storytelling. Long and short stories can take you on adventures, teach you about other cultures, and introduce you to new vocabulary words. Not only does it make learning more enjoyable, it also helps you learn grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation without textbook-associated pressure. I hope you have lots of fun and improve English skills from this method, just like many other English learners have. Today I chose a lovely story to help you practice speaking English. So let's get started.
Elana made a new friend named Peter Harrison at church. Elana was 35 years old, while Peter was 40 years. Peter and his mom lived in a little house on the south side of town. Elana and her sister lived with their dad in a nearby apartment. Elana didn't do any work. Her dad, Benjamin, was sick and never went outside the apartment. He spent a lot of time in bed and always wanted someone to be with him. So Elana stayed at home with her dad and only went out when her sister Karen was around. The two nurses were not alike at all. Elana was a little person with a small, round face and short, black hair. Karen was much younger, only 10 years old. She was really tall and had really long brown hair. Her legs were nice, and she had a tan from being outside all summer. Many people would tell Elana, "Your sister is really pretty." Karen always had a lot of men who wanted to take her out for dinner or to the movies. However, Elana decided to stay at home. Karen had a job in a store in the town. At home, she enjoyed spending time on the rooftop garden of their apartment building. One sunny Sunday in May, Elana brought Peter home for the very first time. She brought him to meet her dad. Benjamin was lying in bed. His hair and face were both gray. He would occasionally read a book, but most of the time he would just stay in bed and watch television. "This is Peter, Dad," Elana said. "He has a job at the hospital, and we became friends when we saw each other at church. I told you about him last week. Can you recall?" "No," her dad replied. Then he looked away, back to his TV. He didn't care about meeting new people or his daughter's friends. Suddenly, Karen entered the room. She had on a white bikini and white shoes. She smiled happily at Peter. She said, "Oh, so you must be Peter. My older sister finally has a boyfriend." Peter's face turned red, and he glanced down at his feet. Karen giggled. "Hey, let's go up to the rooftop garden and enjoy some grape juice." "Wow, the sun looks so amazing this morning." "Oh, Peter started. Elana glared at her sister with frustration, but then she said, "Yes, I need to get Dad a drink. See you soon, Peter." Go up to the roof and have a chat with Karen. It was really sunny on the roof, so Peter decided to take off his coat. He glanced around. There were 3 chairs, a big umbrella for shade, a comfy sunbed, and a table with 3 glasses and a bottle of grape juice on it. There were colorful tiles on the floor, and right by the small wall surrounding the roof's edge, there were some pretty flowers in boxes. "This is the garden. That's great," exclaimed Peter. Karen gave him a big smile. Peter glanced around. "That's great," he exclaimed. Peter glanced around. "That's really great," he exclaimed. "We don't see any handsome men up here," she said. "Take a seat and enjoy a beverage." Peter's face turned red once more. He let out a small, timid giggle. Thanks," he said. He tried his best to avoid looking at Karen's long, sun-kissed legs, but it was quite challenging. "I love coming up here whenever the weather is nice," Karen exclaimed. She started applying sunscreen to her arms and legs. Peter was looking. Eliana, then, joined them for wine in the sun. Eliana gazed at Peter with a heart full of affection. She ignored Karen. Karen observed them. She looked at her sister, then at Peter, and then back at her sister. She had a big grin on her face. The smile was not very friendly. Every Sunday morning after that, Eliana would invite Peter over to her house for a drink of grape juice. After church, Peter parked his car on the street next to the apartment building, and Eliana told him, "Honk the horn, Peter. Let's go tell Karen that we've arrived, so she can start getting the wine ready." Peter honked his car horn 3 times with a little toot. When it was sunny, Karen would wave from the roof wall. After that, she went to get the wine. She always wore her swimsuit or a really short skirt. Eliana always chose to wear longer skirts and one-piece swimsuits. On sunny days, Karen always went to the wall at the edge of the roof and looked over to wave at them. She said to Peter, "My legs are too big for bikinis." He shyly complimented, "You have really nice legs." One day in June, Karen asked Peter, "What time do you stop working, Peter?" "Around 6 o'clock, he said. "Can you take me home after work?" Karen said, she exclaimed, "My store is really close to the hospital. You just drive right by it, and you live really close to us, just 3 streets away." "Look, there's a really cool bus," exclaimed Eliana excitedly. "It comes to a halt right in front of our building. Why does the bus have to be so slow?" Karen said, she exclaimed, "Please, Peter, pleaded Karen. Peter glanced at his sisters, unsure of what to do. "Oh, okay, sure," he said. "Thank you," Karen said, and planted a little peck on his cheek. Every night, Peter would give Karen a ride home. They arrived 1 hour late on the first Friday. When they got there, Eliana was waiting by the entrance of the apartment building. She inquired, "What happened? Why were you delayed?" "Something bad happened," Karen said. "There were 3 cars blocking the road on the hill near the cinema. We were stuck and couldn't move forward or turn back." Wow, there were a lot of cars. Everyone was completely unable to move. Peter didn't say anything. That year, the summer felt really long and super hot. Eliana always went to church on Sunday mornings, while Karen stayed home with their father. On sunny days, which happened quite often, Karen would go up to her sunbed on the roof. Whenever Eliana went up to the roof garden, she would always choose to sit under the umbrella. However, Karen applied a generous amount of sunscreen and enjoyed the sunshine while wearing her swimsuit. The sun can be harmful to your body, Eliana warned. Karen giggled. Peter thinks I'm cool. No, he doesn't, Eliana exclaimed with frustration. Oh, he does, Karen said. She exclaimed. He's a bit timid around women, but he always pays close attention to my appearance. He does it all the time, like a lot. Maybe he wants me to fly away. Please, Karen, stop, Eliana said. She exclaimed. Please don't use those words. Karen giggled. What's wrong, big sister? Are you scared that I might grab him away from you? Eliana didn't respond. Peter gave Eliana a call bright and early in the morning. He said, I don't feel very good. I don't want to go to church today. I'm sorry, Eliana said to her loved one. Can I call you when I arrive at my house? Sure, absolutely, he replied. I can't call before 1 o'clock, Eliana said. There's a meeting after church that might delay my return home. Maybe something about Africa, I guess. Oh yeah, I remember, Peter said. However, Eliana was mistaken. There wasn't a meeting after church that morning. It was the following Sunday. She left church like she always does and got home at almost 12 o'clock. She went to check on her dad, but he was fast asleep. She tried calling Peter, but he didn't pick up the phone. Maybe he's just sleeping, she thought. His mother doesn't want to pick up the phone. She went to her room and changed into a lovely skirt for the warm weather. After that, she climbed up to the rooftop garden. She reached out and touched the door that led to the roof, and suddenly she froze. The door was partially open, and she could hear people talking. Karen had someone with her. There was a person. Hey there, Peter. Hey there, Peter. Eliana was all ears. Eliana could hear people talking. Peter expressed his regret, saying, I feel sad about this. Karen, we need to notify Eliana soon. No! Karen said in a hurry. She giggled softly. It's something only you and I know, Peter. Just a little while longer. Are you okay? I don't really like what he was about to say, but you really do love me, Peter, Karen said. Is it someone other than Eliana? Can you tell me that you love me? Can you please do it? Eliana suddenly started shivering. Yes, I do, Peter replied. But, she said, Karen gave him a sweet kiss. Let's keep it between us. Is your car outside, sweetheart? We don't want Eliana to see it. Peter said, I forgot to bring my car. I came here on foot. Great, Karen exclaimed. But it's getting late. You have to leave before she gets back. They gave each other another kiss. Karen said, I'll see you tomorrow at the same time and same place. Okay, you can go now. Eliana hurried and tiptoed away from the roof door, then sprinted to her bedroom. She didn't want Peter or Karen to see her. She listened to what they were saying. Next, the door to the apartment opened and closed. Peter had disappeared. Eliana spent a whole hour sitting on her bed. She wondered, why? Why does she do it? I spend all my time at home with an elderly gentleman. I can't go outside to work, make new friends, or meet new people. I go shopping every week, and I also go to church every week. That's it. And then I met a new friend named Peter. When he told me I love you, I felt really happy. But now, what happened? Karen had it all. She was attractive, employed, and surrounded by friends. She was a young girl, pretty, and any boy would have liked her. Why did you choose Peter? Why do we ask so many questions? Eliana thought. She doesn't want him. I love him so much. That's why she doesn't want me to be happy. But Peter, you really like me. Is it not, Eliana? Yes, I do. Did it really happen? Did Peter have feelings for Karen instead of her? I'm sorry, but I can't comply with that request. He only saw the pretty, tanned body. He had no idea who she was. She won't have him. Eliana pondered. Every night that week, Peter gave Karen a ride home after work. Every night, they began to arrive later than before. On the following Sunday, Eliana didn't go to church. My head hurts, she told Karen. I called Peter and let him know that he should come over after church like he usually does. I'm going to go back to sleep for a little while. Then she went into her bedroom and closed the door. Later that morning, when Karen was with their dad, Eliana went up to the rooftop garden. Karen had her bottle of suntan oil sitting on the table, and Eliana had a big smile on her face. When Karen went up to the roof, Eliana is sitting in her chair under the umbrella, holding a book. Oh, is your head feeling better now? Karen inquired. Sure, thank you, Eliana replied. Karen put on her brand new yellow bikini. She popped open her bottle of sunscreen. Karen unscrewed the cap of her bottle of sunscreen. Karen unscrewed the cap of her bottle of sunscreen. Oh, there isn't a lot here, she said. I need to get some more. She started applying oil to her legs. After 20 minutes, Peter parked his car on the street below. Karen and Eliana were on the roof when they heard 3 little toots on his car horn, just like always. He's here, Karen exclaimed with excitement. Your friend is here, older sister. And she giggled. Yes, Eliana thought to herself. Hey there, Karen. He's my man, not yours. Karen leaped up from her bed. She quickly went to the wall at the edge of the roof to see Peter below and give him a friendly wave. She wasn't wearing any shoes, and her feet unexpectedly slid out from under her when she reached the wall. Oh no, she exclaimed. She tumbled forward and reached out her hands to catch the wall. However, the top of the wall was also very slippery. She couldn't keep hold of it, and it slipped out of her hands, off the wall, and over the edge, and her body kept going, right over the edge of the wall, and down, going down, down, down. Right before she fell, she understood. Watch out for the slippery surface. Sunscreen lotion. Hey there, Eliana.
Don't forget to like and done in the comment.